Hello, and welcome to Change the Conversations, the podcast where we're going to be attempting to listen differently, do things differently, say things differently, and create some more lasting change in our perspectives and beliefs and more positive and healthy attitudes. So you might be asking yourselves, who am I and what we're up to? So I'm Amy Vander Linden. I am a public health physical therapist and business owner of Moment of Truth Physical Therapy here in Arizona. And we previously had another podcast. It's still out there and living, Bellies, Babies, and Birth, focused on a lot of our moms, pregnant postpartum population, families, really connecting different resources and different providers and health-related topics here in the Phoenix Valley and things that would apply. And that still exists, Bellies, Babies, and Birth, and it's all on all platforms. We have 53 episodes recorded there. So you might be asking why this and why now, which I think those questions are something we should probably all ask ourselves from time to time and do some reflection. But the why this is, honestly, things have been shifting for me in our practice. And I've been finding myself using that phrase, changing the conversation about a lot of different topics. And so that's why we named the podcast Change the Conversations. And so why now? I guess it's because I feel called to it right now. I deal primarily with female clients, although we do treat males as well. And we don't do just pelvic health, but that's a majority of our focus. And I'm extremely passionate about education. And I'm very regularly talking about digestion and gut health and sex and having better sex and not painful sex. And the messaging of no settling, no suffering, no shame is extremely important to me. And I found that overflowing into a lot of my conversations. And so I just think that my little space in the world, my impact, however that may be, it's important to me to be involved in changing those conversations. And I want to learn and grow. And I think that I don't remember who originally said the quote, but when you look at your life and learning as an adult, beyond schooling, the only thing that really changes you are the books you read and the people you meet. And doing this podcast gives me the opportunity to have a lot of different conversations. And I hope that that leads to us listening differently, thinking differently, feeling differently, speaking differently, and again, changing these different conversations to make a lasting positive impact. I think there's a lot of noise out there and a lot of voices. We're not hurting for voices. We are not hurting for information. And I hope to not just be another loud voice, although I've been that for many years of my life. But one of the things I love most about doing the podcast in an interview style is I spend most of it listening and learning and hearing how other people live in the world and how other people think in the world. And I just value that tremendously. So I hope to bring that to you and share that with you. If you have any interest in connecting with us or possibly being a guest on the podcast, we will link that application and way to connect with us. I'm on the Bellies, Babies, and Birth podcast is on all regular podcast platforms. We also have a YouTube channel, Moment of Truth Physical Therapy, as well as Facebook and Instagram, Moment of Truth Physical Therapy, or on Instagram, it's Moment of Truth PT. But it'll take a little bit for this Change the Conversations to be up on all platforms by the time you're hearing this, but I'm really excited. We've got several interviews already lined up for talking about grief and healing, talking about health and nutrition and actually listening to our bodies. We've got one talking about beef and a lot of the funky message that's coming out around lab created beef and grass-fed meat and all of the different things. And again, there's so many noises and an abundance of information. And I think an access to truth is sorely lacking. And I think I want to hopefully contribute by connecting us, even if it's on Zoom, even if it's in recordings, it's real conversations with real people and looking to just change that and hopefully look at life a little bit differently and in a positive way. So look forward to talking to you. Would love to hear from you, things that you would like to discuss and like to hear more about. And again, would love to hear from you what it means to you to think about changing the conversation, or to think about no settling, no suffering, no shame. Again, we talk a lot about sex and poop and digestion and health, and really wanting our clients to feel confident in their bodies and confident that they know their own bodies. We talk a lot about the superpower of awareness, and just looking forward to diving into so many different things with all of you. So until we chat and have another conversation, I look forward to it. And please subscribe, like, and share it out so that we can keep having more conversations. See you soon.